In case you didn't know, I'm Dylan Lepore, and this is the 18th Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, a new podcast is released on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcasting services talking about PlayStation news, games I've been playing, and some commentary on this and that of my life. Find the MP4 on YouTube at youtube.com/Dylan Lepore, and find the MP3 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan_Lepore. So with that, let's get this thing started. Alright guys, so I hope you guys are having a great Monday morning. I know I am. It's 11:15 p.m. on Sunday. So I will be having a great Sunday morning along with you guys when this releases. So I hope you guys have a great Monday morning. So my life it's my life so far. So I just saw John Wick 3 in theaters, and if you guys haven't seen John Wick, do yourselves a favor and go see John Wick 3 in theaters. I would highly recommend watching the first two. Highly recommend. I think it's necessary to watch the first two, even though the first two are amazing. And the third one's amazing. They're all equally amazing. I still really love the first one. The first one has the most story in it because it has to start building the world and stuff. But when it gets to number 3, when you go from 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2 is just like story, and then builds on the action. But number 3 is just like their story, but the action is, the action's up here on the top. It's action-filled. It's like what they call it, freaking like a dance. Just like the ballet they were showing in the trailers. It's literally like a dance. And it was really fun, really good. The action scenes, man, the guy throws knives and just throwing knives. And just the way they increase the world and have assassins and stuff like that. And the ending is just... The ending fight scene is just amazing. I'd highly, highly recommend go watching that. And the horse scene and the motorcycle rides, those are all in the trailer, but when you see the full thing all come together, it just... and I think it really does deserve the 95% rating, because it is... If you had to define an action movie, that is pure action movie. That is like the action movie as far as action goes. It's freaking insane. And the freaking Halle Berry and her 2 dogs are incredible. I love the 2 dogs. I wish I had 2 of those dogs. Just like it's a really good movie, and I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. And so, I want to also mention that I have been working a lot this weekend. I still need to freaking clean my room, but I am wearing a PlayStation hoodie today. Of symbols right here. So, PlayStation, but I really need to finish cleaning my freaking room. It's still a freaking mess, and I really need... I really need to clean this room. I've just been working all week because I made this schedule for me. And so Monday is the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Tuesday is the blog post at DylanLepore.com, my website. And it's the Tuesday... It's the Tuesday. I have a Tuesday blog post that I highly recommend checking out, where I go... It's just a creative blog post, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Wednesday is a secret special video. It's just a video that I come up with, and any type of video. And it can be about anything. And it just inspire creativity, and I just make something. And it's really cool. So it's more in part, I either make the video or cut a segment from this podcast to other viewers that may have not seen it, or I don't expect everybody to watch this full thing since I'm such a young channel and everything. But I mean, it'll be great if you guys watch it. Please do. But I do that to give you guys snippets of like the best parts in the podcast, and you know, all the parts are the best part, right? That's why you guys watch the 1 hour podcast. Thank you very much. Thursday, the Thursday afternoon games chat. That is a 15-minute long podcast about any particular game I like. Last week I did Spyro Reignited trilogy, so you haven't guys watched that? Watch that real soon. I mean, I really love Spyro. I played Spyro my entire life. I have almost every single game besides Skylanders. But I highly recommend talking about that, because in the listening and talking about it, you can talk to me in the comments. But the Thursday afternoon games chat, I really like it because I get to pick a game. I get 15 minutes to discuss about it, and I get to maybe review, maybe not. I probably will do a review, just get a quick assessment of it. But I just go in depth into a game I'm like really enjoying, or just like really hate, or just like some history on it, and I pull some facts about it, and I just talk about the game and talk about my experience playing the game. And that's just really fun, 15 minutes. And ultimately is also to check up on you guys, saying, hey, hope you guys are having a great week. It's Thursday. We're almost there to Friday. Almost there. And so I think it's a nice blend. It gives you an hour for the Monday Morning Playthrough podcast in 15 minutes. And I think it works well. I really like it. I really like doing it. And then Friday is an Instagram post update, and some of I also post, of course, photography I do in the post. And so it's Friday's post is really, I actually posted it today on Sunday because I've been busy with freelancing and building websites and stuff like that, and checking emails. So many emails. But the Instagram post is really just one of my favorite photographs attached to an update. And so this update I talked about pretty much my website. I have completely overhauled. Well, I'm not completely. The same. It's the same theme, but I'm really like getting in depth into my website and really like customizing it and making it awesome. I'm really adding a lot of new things to it that just makes it so cool, and I really like it. And plus, getting really in depth with the freelancing and other things of that nature, because I provide services such as photography, of course, writing articles, copywriting and editing, and also I do web design and some consulting. And so I really like it. I really enjoy doing it. It's really cool, and I've built a contract. I finally built up a freelance contract and everything. And so it's really cool, especially working with people and working with clients, to just build something awesome. Either that be a website, an article for the website, building up social media following, or just taking awesome photos for people that they frame, and having a photo taken and then they frame it, or just like post it on their social media, or just stuff like that. This is or it's used as a profile picture that I've taken, is really complimenting to my work, and I really appreciate that, because I put in the effort to like really make, with anything I do, I really try to put in the effort to really make something pop, and something unique, and something it has my own spin to it, and I really like that. And I really just like the creative freedom that all those branches I do have, and I really, it's just fun. It's simply fun, and I love doing it, and I love talking about video games and everything. And so also podcasting, I got into more podcasting services. So I'm on, I don't have the list with me. I don't know why I don't have the list with me, but I am on iTunes. So you can always rate me there if you like, please. It brings me higher. Plus, I'm on Spotify. I'm on iHeartRadio, TuneIn. I'm on TuneIn, Castbot. It's all in my podcast thingamabobber. It's on my podcast. It's in I think it's dylanlepore.com/podcasts. I feel like that's right. Recorded podcast. It's something along the line with that, but it's super cool. I'm on a bunch of podcasting services, and so whatever your favorite app is, you can listen to me on your favorite app every Monday and Thursday. And it's really, it's just, I'm really discovering and like really getting in depth into my career and just learning more and more and researching and reading and implementing and ideation and just creating. And it's really, this is a good time. And this is just the first week of summer. And so I got 14 more weeks left. And it's just, God, it's just so cool, and I really enjoy doing it. And I hope you guys are join me along with the journey. That sounded weird, but it's just really cool. And yeah, and so I hope you guys enjoy these podcasts, and we continue these updates and these PlayStation news and talking about video games and just enjoying life. So, with that, let's get into the show. So, top 10 PlayStation news in no particular order. So, we start off with Sony and Microsoft announce strategic partnership on various tech innovations, including the evolution of PlayStation. This article is by Robert Ramsey at pushsquare.com. Here we go. Sony and Microsoft have revealed that they're working together on a variety of tech-related ventures. The two companies are obviously competitors in the gaming console space with PlayStation and Xbox, but that hasn't stopped them from forming what they call a strategic partnership. The two companies will partner on new innovation to enhance customer experience in their direct-to-consumer entertainment platforms, and AI solutions, reads the press release. A little vague, but more specific plans are outlined further in. The two companies will explore joint development of future cloud solutions in Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. The statement continues. In addition, the two companies will explore the use of current Microsoft Azure data center-based solutions for Sony's game and content streaming services. By working together, the companies aim to deliver more enhanced entertainment experiences for their worldwide customers, it adds. This sounds like it has a lot to do with cloud and streaming-based entertainment, something that both companies have had a hand in over the years. It'll be interesting to see how far-reaching this stuff is when it goes to gaming in particular. Beyond that, Sony and Microsoft are even teaming up on the potential joint development of intellectual image sensor solutions. With Sony's experience in crafting consumer-friendly products and Microsoft's expansive software know-how, it could prove to be a strong partnership. Of course, we're going to have to see all of this come together at some point in order to determine what kind of partnership this is, but it's still an intriguing premise. What really caught our eye, though, is how Sony President CEO, I'm going to butcher this name, Kenichiro Yoshida, talks about the partnership. PlayStation itself came about through the integration of creativity and technology. Our mission is to seamlessly involve this platform as one that continues to deliver the best and most immersive entertainment experience, together with a cloud environment that ensures the best possible experience anytime, anywhere. Yoshida continues, for many years, Microsoft has been a key business partner for us. Though, of course, the two companies have also been competing in some areas, I believe that our joint development of future cloud solutions will contribute greatly to the advancement of interactive content. In other words, Microsoft's advancements in tech may indeed play a part in the future of PlayStation as a platform. Again, we're going to have to wait and see how this actually unfolds, but right now, it's clear that the two companies are getting along very well indeed. So with this, I love that Microsoft and PlayStation are getting together. I think it's a great relationship. I think they're going to do great things, but I won't get overhyped, as in Microsoft and Sony both have cloud services. I think Sony has like something called Kai or something like that, some streaming service that I long forgotten about. I had to research that. But I think that I don't even really do cloud services unless you count. Unless, I mean, I would say the two only cloud things I've actually done is PS Vita to PS3 or PS4 cross save and crossplay, and then PlayStation Plus with its it's uploading your data to its cloud for just more storage, and they just recently enhanced their storage with that as well. But with that, that's the only really cloud-based service I've done, other than with the things I said, and maybe streaming. I think streaming would work under that, but I'm not really like a gaming. I'm not actually gaming with cloud services. That's the thing, and I'm not really sure about this. It's intriguing, but I think I love the relationship, and I love that they're coming together, but I don't think it's like a massive, like, humongous deal. They're just trying to work together and play off each other to build this great thing, because they have a team. They have a great team. Sony has a great team. Microsoft have a great team, and they're coming together to see what they can do to innovate and figure out how to work this cloud service crap, because they're working together, because they probably are like, we have no clue where to go next, and putting two great minds together is always will create something even better, because two is better than one. Yeah, Yoshida continues, for many years, Microsoft has been a key business partner for us, though, of course, the two companies have also been competing in most areas. But, yeah, I think everybody's really excited about this, and excited that they're joining, but, again, I wouldn't get too hype just yet about it. But, again, it's still great that this is happening. I really, really think this is a great step forward in the development of our partnership with PlayStation and Microsoft. Now, just PlayStation and Microsoft need to work together to create an awesome VR experience, because that's the future, and hey, they might go there. We'll see, right? So, next up, number 222, Fortnite goes black. Fortnite goes black suit and the tie for John Wick crossover event. Fortnite goes black suit and tie for John Wick crossover event. I don't know why I read that wrong. By Stephen Tailby at Squarespace.com. John Wick is bringing his brand of action to gaming in more ways than one. We only just had the announcement of John Wick Hex, a standalone tactical action game, and now the popular movie series is crossing paths with the all-powerful Fortnite. In a new event that kicks off today, or a couple days ago actually, players will be able to partake in a limited time mode called Wick's Bounty. You'll need to eliminate others to earn coins to fulfill the bounty, but the further ahead you are, the more valuable a target you are to other players. You can earn some special awards too, such as Golden Token Back Bling, One Shot Glider, Boogeyman Warp, Warp, and bonus XP. And that is super cool. Again, with John Wick being awesome, John Wick Hex. It's kind of similar to the new VR shooter game. I think it's just called Shooter or something like that. Super Shot. I think maybe a Super Shot, and also a little bit of Hitman Go. Hitman Go? I think it's called Hitman Go. We'll see. But yeah, Hitman Go. And so, plus John Wick is just awesome. And so, I'd highly recommend again watching John Wick, and it's kind of cool. I'm really play Fortnite because I'm more into personally I'm more into like story driven narrative. I'm sitting on something. What the heck? Freaking. There we go. Now my butt feels better. But yeah, John Wick is super awesome, and I don't really play Fortnite that much, but them bringing, they're really, Fortnite has sold out for a while now, but it's cool that they are being an outlet to reach gamers easily, I'd have to say, especially with Marvel, and now John Wick, and the movie list is just going to continue as the popularity of Fortnite just grows and grows and grows. So it's pretty awesome, pretty crazy. But let's get on to number 333. The Last of Us Part 2 is close to completion, says co-director by Sammy Baker at pushsquare.com. The Last of Us Part 2 appears to be in the final stages of development as Naughty Dog is hiring to close out an anticipated PlayStation 4 exclusive. While it's only a teasy morsel, co-director Anthony Newman posted a huge list of currently open positions on Twitter and alluded to the fact that the California-based company is putting the finishing touches to the product. Newman said, "A lot of awesome positions open to help us close out this game. I especially want to highlight the melee animator position. I guarantee you will be working on some dope animations working with my good friend Leith Hall at Leith Hall, Leethul. So yeah, get on to Leith Hall." We know that the developer completed motion capture on the release relatively recently, when speculation abounds that the studio is targeting a launch date towards the tail end of 2019. Whether the title actually makes it out this holiday remains to be seen, but it's becoming increasingly clear that the sequel is nearing the end of development now, which is awesome! It's awesome, guys. It's freaking awesome. I really am excited to play Last of Us Part 2, because the Last of Us game was freaking amazing. It was freaking amazing. I say freaking a lot, but it was freaking amazing. Just from the beginning straight to the end, super emotional, super story driven. The characters, the journey taken, it's very hard, very difficult, very emotional, and it's just gruesome and awesome, and just the leaps and bounds that the first Last of Us took is just incredible as far as story and environment and graphics, and just what games can do and convey, and just how the storytelling can always change and just always be something new, even though it may seem linear. Last of Us is just an amazing triumph, and judging by what I've seen from Part 2, it's just going to get even better and push the PS4 to its limits. Like, I have the original PS4, and when I turn it on with freaking Destiny into it, it sounds like a jet engine. It'll probably turn into a nuke once I put Last of Us 2 in. Last of Us Part 2 in. But I can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2, and I hope you guys can't either. Let me know what you guys think of. I want to know what you guys thought of the first Last of Us in the comments, or tweet me, or whatever me. I really want to know, and I really want to discuss what you guys thought about that, because it's just great. It's just great, guys. Number 444. New Sony VR patent talks about increasing players' awareness of real-life surrounding. This is by Zarmenian Khan at PlayStationLifestyle.net. The United States Patent and Trademark Office published another Sony virtual reality patent last week, which pertains to technology that will enable players wearing VR headsets to become more aware of their surroundings. The application specifically talks about the head-mounted display, or HMD, HMD for short. I'll be using that further along as I read. Detecting voices around players and notifying them that they're being spoken to. Instead of players having to take off the headset or having to guess if someone's speaking to them, they'll be given an option to pause the game and see what's happening around them via an externally facing camera. The abstract reads, a method includes the following. Presenting gameplay of a video game through a head-mounted display, or HMD for short. The HMD being disposed is a local environment, detecting a person speaking in the local environment, wherein detecting the person speaking includes capturing audio from the local environment by the HMD and analyzing the captured audio to identify the person speaking in the local environment. Responsive to detecting the person speaking in the local environment, presenting a notification through the HMD, the notification providing an option to pause the gameplay of the video game, responsive to receiving a command indicating selection of the option, pausing the gameplay of the video game and presenting through the HMD a view through an externally facing camera of the HMD that enables viewing of the person speaking in the local environment. Now that is a lot of very technical lingo right there, but basically what it does, again, it detects the people in the environment. It posts a notification that somebody is speaking to you, and you can pause the game wherever you're at, and I'll pause the game, and I'll also use an external camera to detect people within the environment, or at least somebody talking to you. Basically, that's the gist of what it is. Now, while these applications are no indication that the feature or technology being patented will materialize, they offer a glimpse into what companies are testing and working on. This particular application is for a feature that will certainly be welcomed and isn't hard to imagine the future PlayStation VR headsets. At the moment, we don't know if Sony's working on the next generation of PSVR, but the company has indicated that it will unveil its VR plans at a later date. But again, this is super cool. Just more additions to the PlayStation VR. I have my where are you at? Come here. I have my PlayStation VR right here, and I love the heck out of it. It's there's lots of people, like, I had speculations too, but there's a lot of people that judge the PSVR and they've never tried it. And once you get the right game and once you sit down and try it for the first time, it is incredible, the technology within a PSVR. It's insane. And again, I got my PSVR on sale. Somebody didn't want it anymore at my college at Radford. And he was selling it for like $100, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. As soon as he said he wanted to get rid of it, I was like, how much you selling it for? I was like, I'd buy it. And $100, and I was like, boom, here you go. I was like, thank you, appreciate it. But my God, it's an immersive experience, and so they're probably going to be coming out with a PSVR here soon. But I remember Sony saying, or PlayStation, they're both the same thing. What the heck? But I remember them saying that the PSVR will work. The current one, the one out right now, the one I have, will work with the PlayStation 5. So that is very promising, and I'm glad that they're doing that, because I'm never going to get, most likely me getting another chance to buy a PSVR at $100 is very slim. Humongously slim. But it's awesome, and it's super cool. I actually bought, side note here, I actually bought my PlayStation Move from a yard sale. So 2 nunchucks, 2 main controllers, and a game. Each of the different controllers, one of each of the different controllers, brand new in the box, all for $15, and it was incredible. I got the PS Vita. when it first came out for $200 at a flea market. It was knocked down $200, and it was the mobile version that had AT&T compatible with it. Super cool, super advanced. I was like, this is awesome, and I really wanted one, and I got it, and thank you. And it was actually on Mother's Day when I got it, so thank you. Thank you, Mom, for buying it for me on Mother's Day. I was like, because my birthday's May 25th, and so it's only 2 weeks from Mother's Day, or is that a week? It's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. And I was like, this is what I want. It's right here. It's super cheap. $200 less. It's half off. And so I was like, at the time you couldn't get a better deal than that. And I was like, I need this in my life. And then I ended up buying freaking the PS Vita from two high school kids, one for $50 and one for like $60. It was, oh my god, it's like, because they didn't buy it, so they don't care what the price was. They just wanted to get rid of it because they don't play it. And I was like, thank you. I'm glad you don't play it, because now I get a freaking PS Vita for $60. And it's awesome, and I love it. PS Vita is awesome. Play Vita. Do it. Number 555, Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, outed by rating boards. This article is by Zarmenian.com at PlayStationLifestyle.net. Days after Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, appeared on the Taiwanese rating board's website, the game has been rated in Korea, confirming its existence. The 2009 video game was developed by Terminal Reality on the PlayStation 3 and Red Fly Studios for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable, and earned a positive reception. Terminal Reality has since been shut down, and according to Taiwan's rating board, the remaster is being handled by Mad Dog Games. So far, only Xbox One and PC listings have appeared online, with the latter labeled as an Epic Story exclusive. An official website for the game listed by the Taiwanese board isn't operational yet, so we haven't been able to dig out any further information. The latest Ghostbusters title released for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC in 2016. The game, which was unanimous, I can't speak, was panned by critics unanimously. Boom. Did it. I did it, guys. I'm a somebody. Was unanimously panned by critics and users alike. Was developed by Fireforge Games and published by Activision. The developer subsequently filed for bankruptcy, and reports later emerged that Ghostbusters was merely in development for 8 months, which is awful. The last month, Activision pulled the title from digital storefronts alongside Deadpool, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Yeah, I was right. Activision pulled the title from digital storefronts alongside Deadpool, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Legend of Korra, and Transformers games, among other titles. Since rating board leaks are accurate, we can safely assume that Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, is indeed in development. However, we'll have to wait for an official reveal to confirm platforms and other details. E3 2019 is around the corner, so we'll probably learn more about the game in a month's time, if not sooner than it. I gotta take a sip of water. Subsequently. And that's why you edit these friggin' articles when you do podcasts. I always miss a couple words. It's not that they're hard, but it's just it's reading out loud and running a podcast. and reading direct from an article or script, you need to narrow it down so it'll be easier to flow and easier to read, because you don't want to say it is, you just want to say it's. And if that makes sense, there, I explain myself a little bit. But if it doesn't, who cares? But Ghostbusters, oh my god, Ghostbusters, boom. We just talked about Ghostbusters being remastered. And if you ever played the freaking first Ghostbusters video game, it is freaking amazing. It is the defining Ghostbusters game. It's incredible that they made a game like this, and it's legitimately a Ghostbusters game. It is a Ghostbusters game, and it is freaking awesome. I love the game to death. It is well made, and I'm so glad that they're remastering it, because the last one they made, the last Ghostbusters game in 2016 they made, was awful. It came out along with the movie, and it was so bad. It was so bad, and it didn't really get any press, and it was just awful. And again, like they said, they only had like 8 months. How many months did they have to freaking build this game? It was 8 months. They had 8 months to develop the freaking Ghostbusters game. It was awful, and sorry about that. It was awful, and it was just so bad. But excuse me, if they make this, which is, as seems like it's freaking on the rating website. If they make this would be awesome, and I'd love it, and I'd play it, and it would be awesome, and I'd be so happy, because it's Ghostbusters, and I get to hear all the great voices come back, and Bill Murray, of course, Bill Murray, and it was just an awesome story, and it was a well-built game. So if you haven't played it, I'd highly recommend doing that, because again, I don't know when this game will come out. Maybe it'll come out in 2020, but God, I love this game. Number 666. 2 days later, the Division 2's raid has finally been beaten on PS4. Yay! That's all I gotta say about that. I haven't played Division 2 yet. I played the first Division, but I'm really into Destiny, like I said before. And lots of people are upset that it's not multiplayer, which is, I completely understand. But you have to get over that crap. Because it's sad to say, but lots of people can promise stuff, but lots of people can also not fall through with their promises. So, what is the saying? The word's only as good as the action, or something like that. Something along the lines of that. But awesome. Congratulations to the people who beat the raid. It's the first raid, hopefully out of many, because right now Destiny has, let's see, Crota, Vault of Glass, Siva, Taken, boom, boom. I think it's like more than 10 raids now. I mean, that's a lot of raiding. That's a lot of hours. Now that I think about that, Jesus Christ, where's my life gone to? Oh my God. Number 777. Rumor. Next year's Call of Duty to be developed by Treyarch, Black Ops 5 set in the Cold War, which is awesome. I think that's pretty cool and unique. I'm not really a big Battlefield or Call of Duty person, but I think that's an awesome concept, and hopefully they pull through on it. And because I know, Cold War. Why did I say that weird? But cool, and I just wanted you guys to know about that. So there you go. A Japanese converter, number 888. Sorry about that. Number 888. Boom. A Japanese converter will let you use Switch controllers on your PS4. This article is by Stephen Tailby at pushsquare.com. Have you ever wished you could play God of War with Joy-Cons? No? Well, it's possible anyway, if you fancy. A Japanese company has created a small device that allows Nintendo Switch controllers to work with PlayStation 4. The Super Converter, which will only be purchasable from Japan, plugs into your PS4 via USB and can convert the wireless signals from Nintendo's Joy-Cons or the Switch Pro controller. It also works the other way around, too. You can use the converter to allow your DualShock 4 PS4 pad to speak to your Switch. Compatibility even goes back as far as Wii and Wii U controllers. So if you really wanted to, you could play Horizon Zero Dawn with a Wii remote. Good luck with that. In all seriousness, this is quite a nifty device. This particular example launches in Japan this summer, but similarly converters are already available from the likes of 8-Bit Do and Brook. So if you feel like swapping controllers, it seems you have a few options, which is also nice. It's nice to have, always nice to have options, and it's super creative that they're building devices such as this, because it just proves like how it just proves how compatible these devices can be and how these companies can work together to build something awesome. And so Nintendo has had relations in the very early stages of actually working with PlayStation. Even the PlayStation 1 was supposed to be a Nintendo console. And then, you know, everything falls apart and they separate and blah, blah, and then Microsoft and Sony and separate and blah, 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 and come back together, and they'll probably separate again. There'll probably be some tension. There'll probably be some arguments and some more news and stuff like that. There's always news. Always news. Always news. But it's super cool that they're making devices like this, and I like it. It's fun. It's fun, and it's also great to have options again like this. Number 999, Days Gone patch 1.08 released. Fixes progress, halting bugs, and audio issues, by Stephen Tailby at pushsquare.com. It feels as though Days Gone has had a heck of a lot of patches, doesn't it? Ben Studio has been pushing out updates for the PlayStation 4 exclusive in quick succession, attempting to put an end to what seems to be a long list of problems. 2 weeks after the last update, it released patch 1.08, which you can download now. The developer has outlined the details of the patch over on the Days Gone subreddit. It seems that some players have come up against an issue on the mission, afraid of a little competition, which has been preventing progress. This update will fix that particular nasty bug. Ben instructs that those affected might need to move as far back to where the bounty collector merchant resides and return to the mission objective to trigger the cinematic. Other fixes in a similar vein have been made to missions. I've had better days and searching for Lisa. Elsewhere, the issue whereby audio would drop out during cutscenes has been fixed, as well as various other bugs and crashes. Ben Studio also states it will be releasing less frequent updates for the game, but they will offer more fixes and updates with each one. It seems the team is determined to ensure players are getting the best experience possible, which is awesome. I mean, I think that's freaking awesome. Again, everything's freaking awesome. You know, that's big. I mean, we're talking about video games, so. But I really want to dive into Days Gone. I said in a recent article I wrote, I mean, even with Mortal Kombat, and everybody's like, Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat, and it will sell because it's Mortal Kombat. But it's so grindy, and it seems that Days Gone, people will prefer an average shooter in an average open world game that's not like God of War or any other, or like Spider-Man, but it's just an average game, and it's just fun, and it's just fun to go through, and just a decent story. And Ben Studio also made Sypho Filter, hopefully I said that right, for the PSP, and also Uncharted, The Golden Abyss for the PS Vita, which is a game I actually really love. Uncharted Golden Abyss, I thought it was a great addition to the Uncharted series, and it felt a solid game, and it was correctly voice acted and had everybody you would know, and some new characters as well. And I thought that was a great addition. Again, it was not the best Uncharted game, but it very well represents the first Uncharted game. And so this studio is coming from the studio's coming from portable games. They used to develop for the PlayStation 1, but then they did a little bit on the PlayStation 2, but it was mainly PSP, and then they did PS Vita, and now they're doing PS4, and so they freaking skipped the PS3. They just developed the PS Vita game, and PSP games, and so I can understand that they're learning and they're trying to push themselves as best they can, and with this game I feel like it, and they got heavy they got the ads that PlayStation took out for Days Gone. They were pushed. They were like, look at Days Gone. I want you to play Days Gone. This is the game you need to play before you step into when we get back into fall and winter. Play this game. This is our summer game, basically. And I mean, I really want to dive into it. It seems great, and I'm really loving. I've always loved what Ben Studio does, and I hope that these bugs don't really affect it. But again, people do seem to play. People are playing. People want, instead of a microtransaction or grindy game, people want a decent story, and they don't care. They want a full game with their $60. You know, they want a full game with their $60, and they got a full game. Got a full game with that, and it's great. I mean, I love that. That should be how it is. But of course, technology goes up, prices go up. Life happens, you know. But I'm excited to I'm excited to dive into Days Gone, and I'd love to know what you guys think of Days Gone. By messaging me at Dylan's Legos, or by putting notes in the comments. So let me know below. So number 10. This is the drop from the PlayStation.blog. New PlayStation games for May. What is it? May 20th? Yeah, May 20th. Boom. May 20th. And these are not all the games, but these are the games I felt that you guys should know about. So, back in 1995, goes to PS4 and PS Vita, is digital and cross-buy. A throwback to the survival, horror, and mystery games of the mid-90s, 32-bit generation back in 1995. Faithfully recreates everything from this all-but-forgotten era of games. Explore the Spraz cityscape in the year 1995, littered with clues about the past. Uncover the mystery of yourself, your daughter, and what happened to the city. I've heard a lot of good things about this game, and I heard that it's bringing the classic horror from 1995, PlayStation's era, basically, of horror games, like you think Silent Hill and stuff like that, Resident Evil, and it's bringing it back, and it seems cool. I haven't seen a trailer for it yet, but what I've heard about it is good things, so that's why I decided to put it on here. So, back in 1995. Next up, everybody's Golf VR for PSVR, digital and retail release. Step onto the course like never before in the most immersive everybody's golf experience yet. Swing for the flag with your PS Move motion controller or DualShock 4 wireless controller. Good that they include both. Play through 3 incredible courses. Practice your putting on the green or tee off at the driving range to perfect your swing. And now this is coming from Everybody's Golf PS4. I don't think it released on PS Vita. I'm not sure. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. But it was basically, it's coming off of God, I just had the name in my head. Freaking the other golf game, Hot Shots Golf. Yeah, I just had it in my name. I forgot it. Yeah, Hot Shots Golf. And I believe that studio closed down or something happened to it, and so now it's Everybody's Golf instead of Hot Shots Golf. And so basically it's just a rebranding of it. But yeah, I'm always interested. It's fun. It's just a fun game to play with family and friends and stuff like that. So next up, Killing Floor double feature, PSVR and PS4 digital and retail release. Fight the Zeds across 2 realities in the brutal double feature containing Tripwire's beloved Killing Floor 2 and Killing Floor Incursion on PS4 and PSVR at one great price. Double feature. So you get both games for one price. Probably $60, probably $50 maybe. But yeah, and also Killing Floor was also recently, a couple months ago, free for PlayStation Plus members. So, not for you guys, but anybody interested in Killing Floor, basically, you're on a floor and you just kill people, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just mayhem. It's crazy mayhem. Next up, Team Sonic Racing PS4 and PS4 release with a digital and retail version. Team Sonic Racing combines the best elements of arcade and fast-paced competitive racing. Face off with friends or race together across stunning worlds, sharing power-ups and speed boosts. Choose from 3 different character types and unlock game-changing vehicle combination options to suit your racing style. And I believe this is just a re-release for the PS4. Yeah, I believe that's it. I don't think this is a new one because they recently had a Team Sonic Racing, I believe. So I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I believe I played it on the PS Vita. And there's one on the PS3, so yeah. And also this funny one I added, virtual reality. It's for the PS VR and it's a digital release. Put on your put on VR headsets in VR to dive into nested worlds and escape your AI manager Chaz. Actitude, the virtual labor system, assures you that your artisanal human companionship is still highly valued by our AI clients, even if their requests seem eccentric. Feeling destructive? Vacuum away realities with your Actitude brand poly cleanup tool. Whatever that means. So I think that was just a funny game, virtual reality game. You gotta go in virtual reality and put on virtual reality headsets to play in a virtual world. So, inception of the virtual space. And so with that is it with the PlayStation news. Cool. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that, even though I'm just assuming you guys did. But again, this is just super fun. I hope you guys have a great Monday. And yeah, and so this week I'll be posting the Thursday afternoon games chat, and I'll be posting other things along with that. I'll be writing articles. I wrote 3 articles actually today and a little bit throughout the week. I helped. I've been working on writing them, but I finally sent them off to the man. To the man. We're all working for the man. But I sent them off a couple days ago, and well, I sent them off today. Actually, I don't know why I said that, but I've been working on them for a few days. And one's actually about Minecraft Earth, which is very interesting. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, but just like it feels like on a more massive scale, and just like somebody, I look around, I take out my phone, I look around the street, and there's like somebody has built like something Minecrafty over there, and I just scan the environment. I am assuming. I don't know how it's gonna work, but there's no official gameplay trailer. But there is currently a sign up for a closed beta that will release this summer, and you get a free skin if you sign up. You have to have a Microsoft account, and a working cell phone that's either with the latest Android or Apple on it. But it's super cool, and I want to know how it works. Will it have the same boon as Pokemon Go? Maybe not, but it's cool to see. It will be super cool to see. And next up, I also did a article on Mortal Kombat 11. Its grind, like I mentioned this before. That's why I mentioned it, because it reminded me of it. I was working on it. But Mortal Kombat 11. And friggin' Days Gone. Again, how Mortal Kombat 11, it was the number one downloaded in the US, I believe, game on the digital PlayStation Store, but Days Gone was second. But when you compare their Metacritic reviews, the user review for, there's less of them though. There's less user reviews for Mortal Kombat 11 on Metacritic than there is. Days Gone has like 2,000, while Mortal Kombat has 11 user reviews, and its user rating is like 3, and for Days Gone it's like 8. And so it really shows that, again, Mortal Kombat sold well because of its name and because it's freaking Mortal freaking Kombat. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, and just the name alone, you're just like, oh yeah, that's a brand I know. That's what I know. That's cool. It's super cool. You got awesome fighting. You got sex appeal for anyone. You got cool fatalities, things you couldn't do in real life. Again, it's a video game, so anything in video games you can't do in real life, you can do in a video game. It's super cool. And it was just an interesting comparison, because Mortal Kombat has this grinding feature that everybody, like 60 plus people gave it a 0 on Metacritic. Users gave it a 0 on Metacritic because of its lack of sex appeal. And just like fling my freaking cord, but its lacks of sex appeal and its grindiness, and so they gave it a 0 out of a 10, and I was just like, wow, okay, well, lots of people are really mad about this. But Days Gone only had like 40 plus zeros, which is, I guess I'm just comparing it on as zeros now, how many zeros a game can get. Because everybody's a critic and everybody is going to hate on something whether you like it or not, or whether it's actually like good or not. But I think it's an interesting comparison that people want to play games that are fully fledged, $60, all your content, what it used to be like with the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. Just like, here's a game. This game is $60, and this game is the game, and it will have it's finished. It's done. Take it, leave it, bye. I don't want to talk to you ever again. And so they're trying to build with that. And I just read an article, a headline on an article that a guy inside the arts director said the reason why free to play has been created was because of gambling. You can say that for loot boxes, and that's kind of like already clear. It's just somebody officially has said it now, and so they have to report on it. But it's very interesting, and I think it's a thing to pay attention to, because people want games, and there's a missing connection between the developers and the publishers and the users. And I know they're trying to build this stuff up with forums and crap like that, but it still needs work, and they want to make long-term money, and I get that. Not just the one price of $60, because they can't last with $60. So they need to last with microtransactions and loot boxes and crap like that. It's really sad, and I just hate that that's how we're at. But it's just reality, and people need to make money somehow. But you don't have to play their game, and if there's microtransactions, simple as that. You don't have to play their game. But with that, in case you didn't know, I'm Dylan Lepore, and this is the 18th Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, a new podcast is released on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcasting services, talking about PlayStation news, games I've been playing, and some commentary on the this and that of my life. Find the MP4 on YouTube at youtube.com/Dylan Lepore. Hold on, Dylan. Find the MP4 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan_Lepore. There we go. So, with that, thanks for listening to my podcast, and feel free to chat with me on Twitter at Dylan's Legos. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one, and have a good week. And thanks for watching my podcast or listening to it, however you like it, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. I hope you guys learned something or enjoyed something or like found something interesting in this thing of my rambling, and I'm trying to work on the podcast and just make it more smooth and stuff like that for you guys. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it and had fun, just like I do every single week. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and bye.